Everybody, this is Aeroica with another video, and I wanted to bring to you a little description or a little video detail about the new updates that have occurred regarding the PvP update in Dungeon Boss. So, this is, of course, the post, and I put that up here for you so you wouldn't have to go anywhere. And of course, I'll scroll down so you can read this, and if you can always pause the video. But in a nutshell, what has happened here. And if any of you have ever played Final Fantasy VII, or actually any of the Final Fantasy games, they have basically taken PvP and, in my opinion, turned it into a turn-based style of attack based on the hero's speed. And the post will provide for you some examples of what would happen in certain instances, and then also the post indicates that the how you place your heroes in their slots, as you can see here, will determine how they will go forward. So in this particular example, or who will go first rather. So here we have 4 slots, and you have 2 fast heroes. We have Willow and we have Shadowblade. If you were to pick Shadowblade first and then pick Willow first rather, and then Shadowblade second, then since they're both fast, it will use the order that you had placed them into the team to determine who's going to go first. So in the top example, Willow's first and Shadowblade is second, and because that's the order that they're in, Willow will go first and then Shadowblade will follow her. If you reverse those, then you'll see Shadowblade go first and then Willow go afterwards, but only because you have placed them in that regard. So if there is any kind of strategy that you're trying to build by having either one of those go first, then you have the ability to sort of control that. But it's only because they are both fast heroes. So if we scroll back up and we take a look at some of the other examples, it looks like they're still going to give the defenders the upper hand in terms of who's going to go first, because the defending team, I guess the home team advantage, whatever you want to call it, and you are kind of rolling up into their house, they get the ability to go first. So if we look at this, some of these examples that they have here, the first one that they've got talks about, says a team of 4 fast defenders versus a team of 4 fast attackers, and that's right here. So the defender will get to go first, and then the attacker will get a turn, then the defender, then the attacker, and so on and so forth down the line, and they will alternate with each other because the teams are speed-wise equal. We've got fast attackers coming up against fast defenders. So when we look at the second example, it says a team of 4 consisting of 3 fast defenders and 1 slow defender versus 2 fast, 1 normal, and 1 slow. So again, the defender gets the home team advantage. They get to go first, but then the fast attacker gets to go, then the fast defender, then the fast attacker, then the fast defender again. Now they start running down the ranks, and so now we're going to go, okay, so that exhausts all the fast defenders and attackers. So now let's go see what's in the normal. Okay, well, we have 1 normal attacker, so he's going to get to go. But then the defender has a slow defender, so he will get to come up, and then we have the slow attacker coming in. So basically what it did is again, in a nutshell, and you guys can all read for yourselves here, but just to describe, it has been turned into a turn-based type of attacking system, very similar, in my opinion, to Final Fantasy. And it has given preference to the speed of the attacker, using speed of the attacker as sort of the delimiting factor that will determine the turn order, always understanding that the defender is going to get to go first in any of these situations. So I thought what we could do here, if I can get in, is we can go and try one of these and see what it looks like. And I'll show you the team that I use, and then we can kind of predict and see what's going to happen here. So, and also there's going to be Evos in this. All right. Everything seems to be running slow today. All right, so I want to take, let's see what this one looks like. All right, let's go with this. Yeah, because there's a fast, two normals, fast, normal, and a slow. I think those guys are slow. So let's take a look. Actually, let me see if what else is in here. I don't even care if I get my butt kicked. I just want to kind of see it. Okay. All right, so let's do this. Not 100%. I think that's fast, fast, and then slow, and then normal. So let's take a look at that. So if this goes correctly, one of these two are going to get to go first. Okay, whichever one he picked in his order. I'm guessing it's this one. This one's going to go first. If this is actually the order that he placed them in, and let's assume that that's true. So she'll go first for an attack. This one will go second for an attack. Then, if I'm right, Nimril should go third, and then Igorok. I thought he was slow, but maybe... Does this have a little profile? No. Maybe he's normal. If he is normal, then he could go, and then Nimril will go. But I really feel like Nimril's going to go third. All right, so let's do it. Let's see what we got. Yep. Okay, so here's a message saying selecting heroes will show you the number order that you're attacking in. So there's the 3 speeds it's talking about. And then the defenders will get to go first. We knew that because we just read the post. So let's take a look here. All right, so see, this is actually really cool. So they have set this up for me. So I just, and maybe I need to change this, but whatever. So here's my Willow. She will get to go first. Then I will get to use Julius as my second attack. He looks like he's got a normal setting. And then yellow, so green is fast, I'm guessing, and yellow is normal. And then the red 3 and 4 indicate slow. So it will go Willow first, then Julius, and then I will get to use Lord Zom, and then my healer. Except I just unclicked that, so that's not good. Okay. So, all right. So nothing changes. The order is still the same. The numbers are still the same. And actually, let's check something out real quick. So what happens if I... All right, so I presume that obviously if I pick Willow first, and then let's pick him. Okay, so now it's showing him as second, but that's because I haven't thrown anybody else in here yet. And if I do Zom and then Julius... Okay, so now look. So before, the way that I had it set up, that's actually really cool. So see this? So earlier my healer was going to be fourth, but because I repositioned him in his line, he's going to actually get the third spot. I don't think I can probably do any better than that. So now my order has changed from it'll be Willow first, then Julius, then I'll be able to get a heal off, and then I can go to Lord Zom. And actually, I think I'm going to stick with that because I think I like how that works. So let's go ahead and try that. All right, so let's click this. Let's load up a dungeon and test this out. It's actually kind of exciting. I'm kind of interested to see how this works. And I am a huge fan of Final Fantasy, so if this, I'm not saying it's going to be the exact same fight battle system, but I'm hoping it's sort of similar to that. All right. So, yep, he's the defender, so his fast attacker is going to get to go first. And now after this, I should get a turn. I should get to go, and I do. And I believe in any other day before this update, it would have been he would have got the first attack, and then Willow would have gone right after that, and then maybe I would have got something. So let's see what we can do here. I would really like to take this. I'm going to try to take this. I don't think I can take him out, but at least put a dent in him. Let's see. Oh, I did get him. Awesome. Single shot. We don't have to worry about that. Okay, so there goes Willow for her turn. Now I should get my turn, which is awesome. And so I'm going to barrel jump these guys. And this is going to prevent back-to-back defenses from coming up where you would have like the Yoko Shockwave and then the energy reduction. So, okay, so she got to go, and now this is my third turn, so I'm going to get my heals off. And that's perfect. And then Lord Zom will get to go, and I'm going to... She's dizzy. No, I'm all green. Let's go for this. Let's try to get her off and get that stronger person out of the way. Okay, we didn't... Oh, yeah, we did get her. Okay, so now we have done, everybody has got a chance to go. So now, all right, so Willow's going to get to go. Okay, because, yep, that works out. That's perfect. Let's try to get this one taken care of here. Oh, she dodged it. All right, so we are just really trading blows now. That's really what it boils down to. All right, she's got that stupid, well, it's not stupid, but it's a buff. It's stupid when I have to face it. It's not stupid when I have it. But the dodging buff that she's, the dodging thing that she's got. Yeah, she's just gonna dodge all this stuff. Well, that's probably one of the most frustrating things. All right, so we basically traded blow for blow there and ended up winning. And I will say this much, I like that I actually got a chance to use my characters because in the other, before this update, I had a sacrificial lamb, which would be more than likely Willow, depending on the team I was going up against. Oops, she would get to go first, and then after that she would get taken out. I don't know, immediately right after that, and then I would be very lucky if Nub Nub got a chance to heal anything with this particular order, and the ability for me to set some kind of condition about when my heals will go off or when my attacks will go off. I can sort of strategize a little bit better how I want, when things are going to happen, and it's almost guaranteed if you say, okay, well, I want my, let's look at this again. So if I come up against this, and we'll take a look at my team, I know that by the third turn, so it'll the defender's going to get to go first, then my Willow will get to go, then somebody from them will get to go, and by the time I get to my third attempt of using someone, I will finally get to put a heal off. So I know that by what I believe will be the beginning of the third round, or the end of the third round, one of the two. By the third round, when it's my turn in the third round, I will get to heal. And as long as this one and this one can survive, I should be able to get them healed up by that time. And then Lord Zom will, of course, be the fourth one. So that is, it's really interesting. So it teaches us to think a little bit differently and to put into effect what we want to have happen first, which is really cool. Although I will kind of say it's not as scary going into defenders dungeons anymore. I mean, I'm not going to lie, I get a little anxious walking into someone's dungeon, even if they're these levels below. Like in this particular case, we got 49s and I'm walking in as a 52. I've taken out attackers that are 2-3 levels ahead of me. And so I kind of like that fear of like, oh, I better pick this correctly. I did kind of enjoy that. And I'm not saying that this is nerfed by any means, but it certainly takes the certainly takes the edge out of the blade there a little bit, because you've got some control over what happens in the battle, which is good. But it does take that level of unpredictability, which I guess I can't say in other videos I've complained about how it is. I don't think I ever complained about it. I think what I said was I understand why some people were upset. But for me, I can't say I was 100% fan of it, but I did okay, and I kind of enjoyed going into other people's dungeons with that risk of knowing, hey, you could get your butt kicked. Although there's been plenty of times I've been battling, and that little piece that I just said a minute ago went out the window, and I have almost thrown my Android devices against the wall because I was so frustrated with losing. I'm like, how do these guys get to go 3 times in a row? But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope that gives you at least a brief synopsis of what's going on. So again, in summary, PvP has now been turned into a turn-based type of attack, and the determination for which of your heroes is going to go in a particular order will be based on their speed and how you put them into your 4 little slots before you walk into the dungeon. And of course, the priority preference is going to be that fast attackers will get to go before the normal attackers, and normal attackers will go before your slow attackers. And the same is true for defenders. Just substitute attacker for defender, and then keep in mind that defenders will always have the defenders are always going to have the home field advantage, and that they will always get to go first. So keep that in mind. But there's some cool things going on. Looks like there's some Evos that are going on right now that can drop in this tournament. Looks like they're trying to really capture the PvP attention for people. And try to bring some more people back into it again and see what happens. Yeah, it looks like Arcane Shadow and Subterranean Evos are available as rewards. Let's go take a look at that real fast before I sign out of this. Yeah, so it looks like the number one, that's actually kind of cool, and I doubt they'll keep, I wonder if they'll keep that in there, but like the number one rank, looks like you can get 5 Shadow Evos, and it looks like they exist all the way up until the 50th level, and then after that it's over. So then it just goes back into the normal tier system. So, all right. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope that explains things a little bit for you. We got to see an example of it. So if you haven't been in PvP for a while, use this as an opportunity to come back in, knowing that it's been softened up a little bit and you have more control. You're not just going to go in there and kneel down and fall on your sword as soon as you walk in front of the defenders. Anyway, this is Aeroica signing off. I appreciate you coming here and watching this video. Please subscribe. I would love to get into the triple digits at some point. And if you have time, like and comment. That would also be greatly appreciated. Please share as well. You guys have a wonderful day, and I will see you at the next video.